What's up, everybody? This is your girl, Miss Terrell. Thank you for stopping by Esteemed Queen Mentality. Be sure that you like, share, and subscribe. I actually be paying attention to my analytics, y'all, and there's about a good 15-16% of y'all that do not subscribe. So make sure that you hit that bell. So it's a busy day in the office, so we're going to have to work and talk and work is what they say. But I want to tell y'all this. We have our new shirts in. I'm so excited. So they're 100% cotton, just like the black one. This one says greatness in process. So if you wanted to do the game changer tee, you can, or you can do this one. They're all on the website. So be sure that you go over there and check that out. And also I am in the midst of posting some new stuff to my Etsy shop. So a lot of people have asked about that. I do have product up there, so be sure that you click the link down below, so that way you can know every and any time that there's new merchandise, because it's seeming to be added on a weekly basis now. So be sure that you get your water, you get your wine, you get your smoothie, you get whatever it is that you're drinking, because we needs to talk. We needs to talk, okay? So I did a video not that long ago on, let me think, because I've done 75 now. I did don't tell me, y'all, don't tell me. Let me get it together. Okay, I did a little too late. And oh yeah, I did Break What, right? And Break What was pretty much talking about the breakthrough and the checkpoints of you actually going towards where you're supposed to be, whether you feeling like you're lacking behind, all because in the world of you don't have what you did in the last season. Well, every season you're not supposed to. But with every season you do meet new people, correct? You meet new people, and when you meet new people, you learn new things. And regardless if it's good or bad, it's something. If you go back to the overstanding the understood and understood the overstanding theory that I have in one of my videos, you will understand where I'm coming from with that, being that once you learn something new that's more vital than what it was that you knew before, what was pretty much bland for or to your education, or you acknowledging it, it pretty much goes to the wayside because it no longer means anything. It doesn't hold any value. Well, in order for something, a relationship or a lesson to hold value, it has to be something really precious in it. It has to be something that, if someone was to tell you A, B, C, D, F, G, you will know what it is. Like, there's always to be some type of main idea in every season, every stage, and every chapter. And the one way we all seem to learn how to understand what to do and what not to do is them red flags. Can I get an organ and an amen? Them red flags will uppercut you, whoop you like you stole something and try to give it back for half the price. All of that. So we need to talk about red flags. Red flags are something that teaches us if we don't pay attention, and it's something that tests us if so happens we think we are confident to walk out here and be cocky towards anything and feel as if like we're going to get it all, right? So I have maybe one or two different scenarios where I can at least tell you where in my journey they were red flags. The number one thing I could tell you is this. When it comes down to when you think the lesson is over and you feel like you learned the lesson, 9 times out of 10 for me, I knew my instincts were right. My instincts were right about the idea of something not being for me and for my energy. And instead of me walking away, disregarding it or discarding it, I end up doing the opposite. And in doing the opposite as an empath is something like, you love hard, but you fall just as hard, or you hit just as hard. You know what I'm saying? It's like somebody being real, real loyal, but they're like tiki tiki boom boom. You feel me? Like they like cocoa. They like the cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs without the milk. You feel me? Like you don't want to be that person on the other end. You do not want to be the person on the receiving limit end. So I think red flags does that for us. It shows us better than it can tell us if we're too confident, and it can be a lesson to us if we need to learn something. So I want to say one of my biggest things that I should have paid attention to, but nonetheless it's a lesson, was that, like, again, I'm pretty sure we've all been in one of those relationships where, like, you shouldn't pay someone any mind. Like, you just know. It doesn't have anything to do with you trying to explain your energy. It's just you being obedient to it and being, like, submissive to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always going to be, like, your higher self that seems to be that person that's trying to tell you what not to do. And then it's always your flesh, that carnal, that worldly view, that worldly perspective that has you intrigued and want to know more. That's life, but so is lessons, and so are red flags. So for me, again, in my previous relationship, I knew in the beginning, for some odd reason, I wasn't to pay him, like, any mind at all. Like, it was just for me to just be flattered that this person sees me, but over time, within like 3 weeks of us, like, getting together, like, he automatically showed his insecurity of, like, being mad jealous. I could not know anybody at a table, and just because, like, I made eye contact with someone, or someone acknowledged me, it's like, oh, well, I'm an ABCFG, and it's a whole fiasco for what? And when it's all said and done, it's like, what the fuck were we even arguing about? Because clearly you know what I'm saying? It's just, that's a red flag. You feel me? Like, y'all not even together long enough to breathe, and it's a problem. That's a red flag. Understand, like, I had to understand that if someone was going to be in a position of being beside me, they definitely need to be secure. That was a red flag. And it was a red flag. This is how I look at red flags. Because in order for you to become better, you can't continue to think negative. So instead of me sitting there being like, oh, well, you know what I'm saying? Like, I knew it. A, B, C, D, F, G. It's not like that. It's just like, look, he was mad and insecure. It was always a thing of, like, literally, I could not have no friends at all. No friends, because literally anyone that was a friend was a threat. It did not matter. If it wasn't an animal on 4 legs, you were a threat. And so what I learned from that is, it's not so much, oh my God, he was insecure. It's just more or less, okay, I know that I need a man, and he needs to be secure. He needs to be emotionally, mentally, physically, all of that. He has to be secure. He has to be stable, because otherwise what happened was, I went down the line in that relationship, and literally we're talking about someone that will, like, go buy shit just to set you up and sit there and make you look like you did it. And yet the whole entire time they're holding the golden nugget of, they started the whole entire ordeal. That's someone that's insecure. That's someone that can't go without drama, or they have a necessity to have a thrill. But the thing is, this person's violating you at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Trespassing is trespassing. If you were to go on somebody else's property and you don't live there, nor do you have anything with your name on it for that address, you're technically trespassing. If you were to go in someone's mailbox, take their mail, that's a federal offense. You're trespassing. It's the same thing. When someone decides that it can elevate from being insecurities on just a visionary level of seeing you just in the room with people, then it goes to a thing of they wanting to see who you're around, what you do when that person's not in the room with you. That's someone that literally, at this point, I don't think it's a thing of them being insecure about me. I just feel as if, like, it was just a thing of them just being insecure, period. You know what I'm saying? Like, you come out of a system where everything stops and you wear a jumpsuit. It is hard for you to be able to stabilize your mind in a free environment where others are able to be who they want to be and talk to who they want to talk to. There's no law saying that females and males can't be friends no more than the same sex can be friends. But if that person has an issue with you having friends, the common denominator, even if I turn the mirror on them, will be them. Because it's too many people to compare to one person to say, well, you know everybody. You've been around everybody. No, you haven't been around no one. And that's your problem. So, you need to domesticate yourself and grow vocabulary and be able to go out and have conversations with others without feeling like they're going to eat you up with words because you're too insecure to relate and translate. So you have to understand, reading red flags, they also tell you what you need versus what you want. And I had to learn that within that relationship. And again, there's so many different avenues and ways and forms of abuse. Is not funny, because even if so happens someone feels as if like they didn't do all that to you, the bottom line is this: you think you didn't do it, but at the end of the day, who had to suffer from it? And with that being said, that's a red flag of deflection. Really? Takes two, dude. Takes two. So that's that situation. And from that situation, from that relationship, I did a how to boss up and level up video. That's probably like my popular video. So like if you go to our warrior community, we actually have like a plethora of those videos, and I try to drop videos over there on a weekly basis, just on like tea talks like this, but extra strength. You know what I'm saying? Like coffee with espresso. So yeah, that's that. That was that relationship. I evolved a lot from that relationship, from those red flags. Sometimes you can be too blinded and not know red flags when you see them. This is why I'm doing this video, because I feel like where I'm at right now versus where I was a year ago, right now is real monumental for me, because I've learned along the way what I should not tolerate. And I shouldn't tolerate someone that cannot match my self-confidence and self-security, regardless if that's mental, physical, emotional, whatever. It shouldn't be a thing of someone feeling like bringing you down should help elevate them to feel like they're some idol or God, because they're not. I mean, it's just what it is. And then like another instance, I could tell you this: someone, and people find this to be really weird, but unless they got narcolepsy, if there's someone that drinks on a daily average basis, and yet when you go to sleep at night, they be like, oh, well, wake me up in the morning at this time, that's a red flag. For me, I feel like it's a red flag. You need to go and talk to someone, or you need to get it off your chest and vent to someone about whatever you're going through, because to a point, you have to listen to what people are not telling you before you listen to what they say. And this is something about red flags people have a complete understanding of. And it's because when I heard this person tell me, wake me up at this time, and yet they drink it every single night. Oh no. You can kiss a baby on that one. Because look, first of all, you drown in your issues, so I know you got problems. And then with problems and you mixing any type of liquor, you're gonna have some type of boiled aggression. And whether you wait until a moment you just completely black out, or you get blacked the hell out, one way or another, all of that is going to come up. So not only do I have to worry about that coming up, but now I got to worry about your livelihood and how much I can actually count on you. Because if it was to be a thing, if I was to accept you exactly how you are, I would not be able to. Because look, you drink all night, then you can barely wake yourself up for the daytime, which means you 9 times out of 10 go to work like that all the time. And then to not only make things worse and harder for you, it's just a simple fact of you're accustomed to it. So anything you do that's opposite of helping them and like trying to help them heal, man, you will really think you were the person that slapped the voodoo on them. But you can't, when it comes to red flags, understand these red flags are what they are, and they're for you to abort ship. Also understand what you're not hearing about the red flags is that these red flags are staples for that person. So if, they talk real swiftly and easily about certain things and it seems like a red flag, they've done it before. And, everyone takes the bait differently. But I'm going to tell you this. The only way a fish gets caught is with his mouth open. So if so happens this person kind of sees that you're real independent, but yet, you know what I'm saying, you a person that seems to always eat lunch by yourself, don't even try to smile, bring a magazine as a decoy, something, then guess what? They know a way in. It's just as if like you were to go to church and you sitting there, and you know what, the most mean mugging ass person in church is the main person everybody want to go up to and hug when they want to do the church meet and greets. No, don't send off them red flags. Change your energy, set your boundaries, set your ground, know what you don't want, so that way when you go out, you can look for what you do want. You're not wasting your time on the negativity and what you don't want and your dislikes. Because the more you sit there and you try to find your dislikes, the more you can sit there and say it's going to be harder for you to try to find somebody. Trust me when I tell you. So you got to be able to manifest your own destiny and your own future, and understand that them red flags can either be a study guide or it can be your test score. It's up to you. So be sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Please share and subscribe. Love you all. Go over to Esteemed Mentality, get your shirts. Go over to my Etsy shop to get your accessories and everything. I look forward to seeing y'all on my next video. And please don't cough on nobody, and wash your hands. Bye.
Close your tray table and stow carry-on items. Place your seat in the original upright position. Please stow larger electronic devices, including laptop computers, under the seat in front of you or in an overhead compartment. Secure smaller handheld devices in your
The depths of the media sees no evil. Buildings crashing 9/11, no sake for the people. Children take to everything. Others willing to feel anything just to say they were there. Boyfriends, girlfriends, husbands, wives, domestic violence. Do you care? When the curtains close, your head hangs low. You're wishing someone was there. Just turn to me for relief. I know how you feel. I am you. You are me. We share symptoms of the black sheep. Aren't you aware?
This image, I remember howling winds, nights trying to hustle to 10 degrees, ash on my knuckles. Coke in my long john, sipping on the brisk. A tall glass of liquor, please, we get a sip of this. Coke in my long john, slave to the sin. Call me young coke there if the cops try to frisk. I may get a grip, I may get a grip. I man slapping 20s, lots of tails and some shrimp. I used to bump Wayne all day as a pimp. Now I'm past Wayne, Drake, I'm going in.